Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life there, and this is going to be my review of Transformers 5, also known as Transformers The Last Night, also known as Michael Bay flipping off everybody who's been stupid enough to follow him to the fifth movie in his franchise. So let's get into it. The synopsis is simple enough. The Transformers are looking for something that's been hidden on Earth because it's revealed that they've been here for since medieval times. They've hidden a powerful weapon on Earth, and it's up to our heroes to find it before the bad ones or the Decepticons or whatever find it. And of course we have coming back Mark Wahlberg, we have now Anthony Hopkins, Josh Duhamel, John Turturro, and a bunch of other people cashing paychecks. And you might notice my attitude towards this movie is not a positive one, and that's because there was only one positive thing I could really say about this movie, and that it looks really good. A lot of it is shot in IMAX 3D, and because of that the action sequences are pretty high in terms of standard. But other than that, this movie was such a letdown. And you would think after having done 4 of these, granted the last one was really bad, this is worse. In my opinion, this is worse. There was at least stuff in the last one that I enjoyed. I will straight up say I enjoyed it. And the first 2 Transformers movies, whatever issue you might have with them, I consider them fun films. They were never boring. This movie made me wish I had a remote control so that I could fast forward half of the shit that's in this film. Let's start with the acting. Everybody here is just phoning it in. There was not one performance that I could say they were actually trying. If Mark Wahlberg is not yelling at somebody, somebody's yelling at somebody else. I've never seen people have conversations like that. There's literally a scene where he and one of his cohorts are talking. They are standing no further than maybe about, 10 feet apart, and they are screaming at each other. It was so annoying. Then you have Anthony Hopkins just hamming it up, and not in a good way, not in a fun way. John Turturro is here for whatever reason doing John Turturro in Transformers, and he's such a fantastic actor. To see him in this movie, it's just demeaning. But like I said before, paycheck. Then there's the story. Which one do you want to discuss? Because this movie has about 4 plot points. You have this issue with Optimus Prime going bad. You have them looking for this staff that once belonged to their queen, that was given to Merlin in medieval times, right? And I don't feel like I'm giving away anything because all the trailers basically sell this shit out, right? You have Mark Wahlberg's character, Cade Yeager. It's just saying his name. It's such a stupid name. It sounds like a G.I. Joe action figure, right? Who's having issues because he's on the run and he can't be with his daughter. You have this little girl who, she's an orphan, and Transformers are her only family. It's just ridiculous. And that's another thing. This character of this little girl is introduced into this movie. The way that it's sold in the trailers is that she is some big part of this movie. She really isn't. She serves 0 purpose. If you remove that character, there is nothing missing from this film. And I've never wished for a child to die before, but this child's character in this movie is just so annoying. She does the dumbest shit, and I just wanted her to get blown up by a Decepticon and just get that storyline over with. Then there's the rip-offs. This movie rips off so many other films that I don't know how they're not gonna get sued. Most prevalent is Star Wars. We have a British butler type psychotic / ninja transformer thing named Cosgrove, who is basically C-3PO on crack. You have a little transformer belonging to the little girl. I think his name is Squeaks or Sparks or some crap like that. BB-8. You have drones that look like TIE fighters. You have a 3-headed dragon. So there you go, Targaryen stuff from Game of Thrones. It just went on and on. There was this scene where they introduced Decepticons, and it's done Suicide Squad style with the name like written in bold over their heads, and it's just one ridiculous moment after another. The pacing is terrible. You don't get enough Transformers in this film. If you love Optimus Prime, well, too bad for you, because he's like in 10% of this movie. You have plot holes on top of plot holes, like Bumblebee's ability to speak at one point that comes out of nowhere. It's just one piece of crap after the other. It feels like they just took whatever ideas were left over that they may have had from me putting into previous stories, mash all that crap into here and put it on screen and said, there you go. That's how this movie feels. I've never felt personally offended by a movie before, and this movie had me so pissed while I was in cinema, because I'm not going into a Transformer movie expecting to see Academy Award winning brilliance. That's not why we see these films. But the first two, they're fun, they're funny, they're engaging, the characters are charismatic, the Transformers are really cool to look at. At least they tried. At least those movies had some kind of life in them. This crap, I've seen sci-fi movies of the week that was better than this movie. This movie is an insult to moviegoers, especially considering this is the 5th film in your franchise. You don't even have the excuse that maybe you could say Suicide Squad had or whatever. Granted, they are supposed to be part of a franchise, but you know, at least that movie, actually, you see effort being made in the mess that it is. There's zero effort here. So, I'm giving Transformers 5 a 2 out of 10. And honestly, I'm being really generous with that too. I'm giving it 1 point for visuals and 1 point for a couple storylines that I thought maybe if they had done away with all the other shit, those could have worked. The 2 storylines I really liked. I like the idea of them being here since medieval times, because let's face it, if giant robots appeared during medieval time, people would think they were magical. So that works, right? And I know a lot of people probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I kind of dug the idea of Unicron being a dormant transformer that has become Earth over however many years. I don't know if that works or not. I'm not a huge fan of the Transformers outside of the movie from the 80s and that sort of thing. So I know I'm probably offending a lot of fans saying that. But I thought it was a kind of a cool story that maybe could work if it was properly executed. Everything else in this movie is just rip-off or lazy or badly acted. It's a waste of your time. Don't waste your money. Please don't waste your money. 2 out of 10. This movie deserves no more than that. And as a reviewer, I usually go see films, good, bad, or indifferent. I am done with this franchise. I am not throwing money after this nonsense anymore. So I don't care how many spin-offs. I don't care that Michael Bay will have nothing to do with the future films. As far as I can see, the damage is done. This is a write-off, and they should just stop. So that's how I feel about Transformers 5, guys. And let's hope that is the worst movie of 2017 and it only gets better from here. So until next time, bye bye.